So we must come and honor him on that day. We must come and unveil the name of the Ole Ntimama Stadium, as was actually confirmed by the relevant Ministry of Heritage and Culture. So we must have that BBI meeting in Ole Ntimama Stadium for purposes of honoring him for what he has done for us. It's also a hallowed ground now for the Maasai, because a few months ago, on that soil, the Maasai communities from all over the country, and even beyond, like Tanzania, actually congregated there and blessed the ground, prayed, and came back together as a community. So that is a new place that has been identified by the Maasai as the soil on which we stand as a community, on which our blessings are. As you all know, on that day, all the clergymen of the Maasai community, led by the Archbishop of the Anglican Church, and His Grace, Archbishop Sapit, led us there, including all political leaders, both from Tanzania, from Kenya, and elsewhere. So it's a ground that has actually started what I will call the rebirth of the Maasai, the Ma people. So it's hallowed ground, it's blessed, it's consecrated, and that's a place we'll have. We'll let the community know, and all other Kenyans of goodwill, the date and the day of the meeting. And all Kenyans of goodwill are welcome. And I think it's also important to note that not only is Narok Ole Ntimama Stadium central to all our activities, it's also a place which will be convenient. It is sheltered, so it is sheltered. There's accommodation in the town, there's nourishment, and I think it will be the most convenient place also, because we expect people from all over the country to join us on that day. And we just want to tell them we welcome everybody, and everybody will realize that we are a welcome community, just the way we did it during the Madaraka. I think it was the best Madaraka Day celebration ever. The other thing I'd like to tell the Minister for Agriculture, I'd like to first of all congratulate him and congratulate the President for putting somebody who believe will be able to run that ministry, which is actually the ministry that controls this country. It's where the majority of the Kenyans apply their trade, farmers and everything, that he should revive it. What is most relevant to us as a Maasai community is livestock. And we have been having a big problem. We raise livestock, we feed this country, but the prices are so low that it actually borders on exploitation. And I believe the minister should look into that so that the people can benefit from the activities, especially the ordinary person who raises his cows, both for beef and for milk. So we'd like him to also look into the livestock trade, the livestock rearing, and all that. We also grow wheat, barley, maize. It has become a tradition that when we are ready to harvest our wheat, then normal cartels import wheat, such that people don't even get a fraction of what they plowed into the farming. The investment is always going down, and I believe this is something that we must look into, so that there must be the banning of importation of wheat and wheat products, maize, when there is enough of those commodities in the Kenyan market. So that's something that we must look at the price and ensure that at all times importation comes after the mopping up of all available grains. The other thing I like to say is that the Maasai community will come and state its stand, because there must be issues that must be addressed. One of them being land. The land issues is pertinent. conservation, and many other things that touch on the Maasai community, but that they will come and express. And I would like to appeal to all the Maasai leaders to come together on this one. What else is there really? There is this dangerous issue of the locusts. In fact, some of us are really grateful that the guy who said that we should photograph and put it on the internet or whatever, we are happy that such a guy really left that docket. And if that menace is not contained, then as farmers and livestock breeders, then we are really scared, because what will happen is that it will wipe out the wheat, it will wipe out the maize, it will wipe out the grass, so the livestock. Definitely there will be a referendum, because you don't just change the constitution, and the constitution is ripe for changing, because we want to give each Kenyan a chance to also lead this country. And I've always said, it is time now that another leader from another community takes over the leadership of Kenya, because for the last 56 years we have had two communities, and you cannot just have two communities exchanging the seat like they are no other Kenyans. We also know that some of the people who come to those meetings come to mock the Kenyan people, because what they preach is not what they practice. And I believe if the kind of people, the ilk, the Murkomens and those kind of people are really sincere about what they are saying on the field, they are welcome. But let not be a gimmick to divide the Kenyan people. Because you cannot flip-flop. Today you are supporting BBI, tomorrow you are not supporting. Where do you stand? So I believe the referendum will come. Kenyans will have their say, the constitution will have to be changed. Because there are many, many issues. The land issue is also very pertinent. Because there was a Truth and Reconciliation report. It has never been made public, and it must be made public, because you cannot be told, you cannot discuss the issue of land if they are not going to table the TGRC report in Parliament. Then we'll insist that that issue must be at the forefront at the referendum, at the BBI, and it must be really a central issue, the central issue in that, in the BBI. We are the most affected people from the time of colonialism up to today. And that's why I was saying there will be no complete overhaul of the constitution without addressing the issue of historical land injustices and also political injustices. But foremost is the historical land injustices. It must be central, because that is what has affected us for the last century. So it must be there. And that's why we are saying, even though some leaders argue that the TGRC report addressed that, the Ndongo report addressed that, and other reports, but it has not been actualized. So we want it actualized. And I think the BBI is one of the forums that should be used, because that is now something that will involve all the Kenyan people, because maybe the Maasai'S are the most affected, but the other Kenyans who are also affected, including the coast and even Central Province and the other places. So I believe the issue of historical land justice must be addressed, and there is no way we can avoid that, because the BBI will not be complete without it.